Verily, those who have attained to faith in this divine way, as well as those who follow the Jewish faith and the Christians and the Sabians, all who believe in God and the last days and do righteous deeds, shall have their reward with their sustainer, and no fear need they have, and neither shall they grieve. Thank you all. I begin in the name of Allah, the most merciful and the beneficent. Ar-Rahman, the most compassionate. The unconditional love encompassing all creation, all humanity. My dear brothers and sisters in faith, and my dearest brother and sisters in humanity. Respected mayors and my beloved Baba, all the way from Pakistan, thank you for being here. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you all. 5 decades ago, a great man, Martin Luther King Jr., who finally made it to Washington after 50 years, had a dream and hoped sons of former slaves and some of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. When I reached the doorsteps of this great country, United States of America, I too had this dream. I hoped Muslims, Christians, Hindus, atheists, Sabians, Jews, all sit together at one table and celebrate humanity. My dreams were shaken, not shattered. The day the horrible tragedy of 9/11 happened, I stood scared, frightened, a new immigrant fighting for the viability of my existence. Immigration, out of choice or forced, is a very big trauma. It's like as someone has cut your hands and feet and you're waiting for them to grow back. I was still reeling from this experience of immigration when this happened. Tears running down my face, standing there in shock, till a fellow American came forward, hugged me and said, "We will get through this." That one word of acceptance, "we," made me an American in an instant that no amount of paperwork or INS screening could do. That one week gave me the strength and the will to fight for a common future. I understood then, your life and mine are intertwined, interdependent. We are forever bound together in the mutual bond of humanity. The mayhem, the destruction, the mentality of them versus us, the senseless loss of life, be it of a young American soldier or an innocent bystander, civilian bystander in Iraq. The immeasurable pain of that loss. But you know what was the biggest tragedy? The biggest tragedy was whoever died in those Twin Towers were martyrs and Americans. But those who survived became Muslim Americans, Jewish Americans, Italian Americans, right-wingers, left-wingers, CNN, Fox TV. Human beings like to divide and discriminate. But the interesting thing is, death does not discriminate. Then why does life? Today, as I look up, I don't see caste, I don't see color, I don't see religion. I see my fellow peacemakers, the bearer of this peace with me. In a country where judicial system says not guilty until proven otherwise, Muslims were condemned by proxy on the basis of the logic that all the terrorists that perpetrated this crime were Muslims, so this means all the Muslims are terrorists. For the last 10 years, I have been asked the same question again and again. The tone changes, style varies, but the words remain the same. If Muslims are not terrorists, then why don't they denounce terrorism? The hard work of the last 10 years of people like me, Dr. Shatranji, Dr. Emma Iqbal, and Lord, all of you that are present here. The innumerable talks, discussions, but still the same question. I felt mine was the loudest scream that was never heard. A plea falling on deaf ears. Then I saw an inspirational speech by Martin Luther King. He once challenged the lexicon associated with being black. He said, they made everything black and evil, always something degrading. He challenged and said, no proclamation is needed. I stand up and say, I'm black and I'm beautiful. Today, I want to do something similar. For once and for all, I want to answer that question. Challenge all fears, phobias attached to a great religion, Islam, and its followers, Muslims. I, Farha Abbasi, am a practicing Muslim and a patriotic American. I believe in Allah, Rabbul Alameen, God of the universe. As-Salam, the all-peaceful bestower of peace. I say Shahada, no God but God. I follow Sharia law which gives woman a right to own her identity, to do business, to inherit property, and the rights to divorce. I read Quran, the path to peace, which teaches me of diversity and inclusion. Quran says, everyone who surrenders his whole being unto God and is a doer of good withal shall have his reward with his Creator, and all his needs will be met, and no fear, neither shall they grieve. I emulate Prophet, peace be upon him, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the great human being, which during his power and regime granted a charter of privileges to the monks of St. Catherine Monastery in Mount Sinai. I have a translation of the proclamation. It says, this is a message from Muhammad ibn Abdullah as a covenant to those who adopt Christianity near and far. We are with them. Christians, verily I, the servants, the helpers, and my followers defend them. Because Christians are my citizens. And by Allah, I hold out against anything that displeases them. No compulsions is to be on them. Neither are their judges to be removed from their jobs, nor their monks from their monasteries. No one is to destroy a house of their religion, damage it, or carry anything from it to the Muslim houses. Should anyone take any of these, he would spoil God's covenant and disobey his prophet. Verily they are my allies and have my secure charter against all they have. No one is to force them to travel or to oblige them to fight. The Muslims are to fight for them. My dear fellow humanitarians, I fast to feel the pain of starvation, to feel the pain of, be it in Somalia or be it close to our own home. I do not need anyone to give me a certificate to prove my patriotism. I do jihad. I wage jihad against starvation, stigma of any kind. I am the new face of America. In fact, I am America. Let this pastor from Florida come to our green state of Michigan. In Michigan, we do not burn each other's holy books. We help protect each other's holy houses, way of life, and beliefs. But let's welcome this pastor. I hope he was here to break the bread with us. Because in Michigan, we might have the coldest winter, but we have the warmest hearts. Ours is not, we might have recession, but we have very big pockets. And this last sentence, I am just adding for my respected Mayor Hirsch Pinero. Our cars do not run on gas, we run on hope. In Michigan, we do not fight among ourselves. We come together to fight against hunger, poverty, and starvation. Dear friends, we can perish individually or come together for a bright future. So let us all come together in the indomitable spirit of America. E pluribus unum. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. One country under one God. God bless America. Allah Akbar. For both the mayors from my country of origin, but now you never cut the ties from your country of origin, but that was my country by birth and this is my country by choice. So I would request my husband to please bring those gifts to the mayor. My father-in-law, but if I can find my husband. So, okay. And he can, maybe we can, do you have to give? Okay, thank you.